Hey everyone, look at this. We got a new look. It's a new year.
I have a new blanket.
You've got a blanket on right now.
It's cold in here.
I think we've mentioned a few times that this studio likes to be temperamental.
I mean, it's better when it's cold because you can stack stuff and put the heater on when it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah.
We need to have the AC on in here, but...
The heater. The AC.
No, I mean when it's hot. Then we have the AC
Oh, good
on.
point. Yeah. Then it starts to hum in here.
But this room's always either really cold or really hot compared to the rest of the house. So...
But look at our brand new overlay.
Mike was busy at work.
I was busy at work for the new year, definitely making sure that our setup has something beautiful to look at.
I know I've seen it,
here.
but I want to see what it actually
Here, you want to look
like.
here? This one, you could probably look it over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's yeah, we've got ourselves right now. We're still within the beautiful Books and Brew, located within the capital of the domain in Alrac. We're keeping up with the theme.
I know. I have candy in my mouth, sorry guys.
It's fine. But yeah, new year, some new things happening. So first of all, we missed. I missed streaming for the longest time.
You had to dust off some stuff.
Yeah, I was going through a couple of my settings and I was like, hold on. Not only have I stopped streaming for this channel for a few weeks, I stopped streaming for Oris for a whole month. It's still going on for a month, so I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, it feels old. It feels odd, you know?
Bless you.
Oh, that was my jacket.
Oh, I thought it was the
No.
cat.
But yeah, there's a bunch of things happening. First of all, we're not just in video form, we're in audio form. You can catch this on Google Plays, or I think it's like a Google Audio Bookstore, podcast store.
Play Store.
Sure.
Podcast.
That, and we're also on Spotify.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We definitely are. It's still in its early phases. A lot of the weeks have been busy with holidays and family stuff, but hopefully you guys have had a good holiday.
A safe holiday.
Yes.
It's gotten crazy out there.
Stay safe. Stay safe. Let's see, a few announcements to go through. Besides the fact that we are on audio form, is we have a brand new one-shot coming out this month. It's at the end of the month. It'll be January 30th, which is a Sunday, at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time. Oh, sorry, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Wow, it has been a while.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
With?
We'll be joined by 2 members of Careful Cantrips, which is something you can find on Twitch, twitch.tv/carefulcantrips. We'll also be joined by Runesmith. Realmsmith.
Realmsmith Dave from Realmsmith TV.
That's
we were
correct.
realizing that we were saying your name real Smith.
Yeah, I know. My mistake.
I was like, Mike, there's an M in there.
And we'll be joined by Burnt Toast, which is her moniker. It's on Instagram. Burnt Toast is an amazing artist illustrator who
She's
makes
also in our Discord.
Yes.
She used to blow us away with her stuff. So.
Join our Discord, please, because we hang out there. Currently, it's a. I feel like the Discord has turned into a collection of friends who play D&D on stream.
That's okay.
And you know, that's fine. I like it. Anyone else who likes to talk about D&D, share your... I like Aspen does this a lot, where she's like, here's some random, things that have been said in my D&D games that are out of context, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, 2022. We made it.
We made it.
Yeah. A lot of things happening. Obviously, we have a brand new look. I can't wait to show you tomorrow, because we do stream tomorrow now. We're going to continue on with Magic at Mosted at 2 o'clock. One big change we're doing is that we're not going to go for 4 hours anymore.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yep, I'm gonna send a reminder, everyone. We're not going to go 4 hours. It'll be a 3.5-hour show starting from now on.
We're only cutting it like 30 minutes.
Only 30 minutes.
So, we're cutting it 30 minutes
because we're going to be giving you guys, we're going to spend that extra 30 minutes to get everyone. I know here in Books and Brew, me and you we like to sit down and vent, sometimes about past episodes, and kind of like, this is what my character's thinking about, and then I'll go, but like, oh, I was planning this, and sort of give you behind the scenes. It's a nice way for our players to vent, as well as myself as the DM. I want to extend that to all of our players, which includes Steve and Temple. So we're gonna all get together. We're gonna have a new show called Short Rest, which will not be streamed. It's gonna be recorded content that'll be exclusive on YouTube. So check it out there.
30 minutes.
For 30 minutes, a quick 30-minute decompression. Talk about the previous episode that we just played, and I think it'll be fun. You know, more content to view. It'll work multifaceted, because not only does it give us more content, but it also gives me a little more chance to plan. 30 minutes is not a lot, but it definitely can be crucial. You know, you okay there?
Yeah, something in my hair.
What are you're looking at your hand though?
No, I was looking at my hair.
Oh, I see. Well, with the new year, I kind of wanted to focus on themes when it came to Books and Brew. And today's theme is underwater. Amber, what is your favorite underwater monster?
Monster?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you think of an underwater monster that comes to mind?
I have one that comes to mind. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, which is like a kraken.
A kraken?
But I wouldn't say that's my favorite.
I mean, it's a good choice, if we're gonna be honest, you know.
I'm like well, not my favorite, but DM's favorite of a Leviathan.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, sure. You want to rub it in?
I always like the Loch Ness monster, but that's not really a sea creature.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
closest you get to that is
yeah, that is
Leviathan.
kind of the that's not really a sea. I guess it kind of is a sea creature though. Loch Ness monster. It's a cryptid.
Lake.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's supposed to be a lake. Not
Is Loch Ness monster is in Loch Ness, which is in Scotland, right? That's the whole point. That's why it's called the Loch Ness monster, because it's the lake it's in. It's called Loch Ness. Does the Loch Ness lake actually connect to the ocean? You're gonna Google it?
Google's free, kids.
I know. I'm thinking out loud. It might not. But the Leviathan is very much a very fun, gargantuan elemental monster you can throw at your party. Absolutely. If you don't know this, the Leviathan is actually from a biblical origins. I think it's been mentioned.
I guess it does connect. It says it's all not to cut you. It's a really long explanation, but it says Loch Ness connects through Loch Duck 4 into the Ness River and then into the Bewley Firth and onward into the Moray Firth into the North Sea. So it's got a little bit of a while, I guess, before it gets into the sea. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It eventually gets there.
So that's good to know. But no, it's Leviathan itself, going back to that, is a biblical monster. And I don't think it was ever mentioned that it came from, it was a sea creature. I think it was more like it was a gigantic dragon lizard thing. Again, I'm trying to remember from the top of my head. I used to watch a lot of content videos that go over famous cryptids and the history behind them and type of things. But it slowly throughout the years started to form into sort of a sea creature that hid in the depths of the ocean. And D&D is no different.
I mean, it could be. The DM could change it.
That's true. 100% true. This is funny though. I'm looking at the stats right now for the Leviathan. It is a gargantuan elemental. Gargantuan, I think, is 5 squares by 5 squares.
They're big.
Which is fucking huge. I think maybe more. I don't remember. It's only got an AC of 17. The reason for that, and I kind of imagine, is because it's so big, it's hard to miss. You're gonna hit it, but he's definitely a sponge of damage, you know?
It's not tough, he's just mass.
Exactly. There's a few versions of them. The official version only puts them at 320 around their HP.
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot. There's customizable ones. There's definitely one called Leviathan Dragon that has about 550 HP, which is still a pretty good amount.
That's still a lot. I'm like, hey, I know how many high level spells I got, trust me.
But the one thing about it is that it does have a plus 16 to hit. So regardless, it's hitting you. And the great thing about it is that it's a Leviathan living in the ocean. You're probably on a ship, meaning you're probably a little more vulnerable than you think.
You probably should be investing in some water breathing potions.
Yes, or be a wizard or cleric and have that water breathing spell prepared, you know? But no, it's an interesting creature where it does have a slam attack, it does have a tail attack. Plus 16, you're gonna hit, your ship's gonna get hit. You know, and if it's aiming for the crew, definitely on the top deck, you're gonna get hit too. And it does, I think here it says, excuse me. Like it has like a tail wave thing that does 60-10 bludgeoning damage. Oh my god, we have careful cantrip inside. Oh, Reina, what's going on? Oh, we were just talking about careful cantrip. So for those who may be watching the VOD of this or this on audio, as a reminder, we'll be playing on the 30th. I know we generally do only Saturdays, but we love doing Sunday one-shots. And we have Careful Cantrip, Reina, as well as Bobby joining us. It's really hype. It's very... I've learned from our last one-shot FTI...
That we like chaos.
That we like chaos. My first beginning one-shots on this channel have been a lot of like, it's structured, it's serious. This one is, I learned from the last one, it's super not serious.
Didn't help that your wife was doing a lot of crazy shit.
I think FTI was
great.
Was the best one shot I ever made, and it wasn't even D&D.
No, it was GURPS.
It was GURPS, and I loved it so much because it was just ridiculous. I remember laughing in the corner, typing up my script, and you were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like,
because it's not normally when you good for us when you do that laugh, so yeah.
Yeah, but I absolutely loved it.
I just like cracked up at all our characters because they were so different.
Oh, I'm wrong. That wasn't our last one shot. Our last one shot was
our last
Christmas.
one shot was Christmas. That one was still fun though.
That was fun. Nick was a great DM.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, we do one shots every other month.
Sometimes every month because we're insane, so that may not always work.
Q4 of 2020-21, I burnt myself out. I was stressed the entire quarter of the year.
We had one in October, which was me.
Yes.
We had one in November, which was
me?
Which was November? Oh, I think that was FTI.
Yeah, that was FTI.
And then December was the holiday one. And then I think we had two in October or something. And so like there was a lot.
And didn't we do a charity one?
Oh yeah, we did do a charity one.
We did a charity one as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were busy.
Jesus. I was burnt the hell out.
I think it's because we were, obviously we live lives. We're trying to make this our main focus, but like life happens. Sometimes mental health takes priority, family takes priority, so like we alternate between who is here and who is not, and I think we just.
Oh my god, Reina, really? Thank you so much. Brand new sub.
Oh, thank you. I'm not looking at chat, so sorry. That's why I'm like, huh?
Thank you.
Yeah, so we still try to provide you some kind of content, and that is sometimes our madness of one-shots. So, which either drives me crazy or Mike, or sometimes both, because I have to hear it or help plan it. So,
are you working on a one-shot as well? Can we get maybe a?
March is gonna be a little nuts, so I haven't started writing. I have the concept down, but it's Mafia Leprechaun. So
we're having the main theme is Mafia Leprechaun one-shot.
Yeah. For
St. Patrick's Day.
I'm trying to not get COVID, but I have a wedding in March, and I have a couple things in March that are important for me personally, for my relatives. So it's just like, yeah, March is a little nuts. So I'm thinking I really wanted to do St. Patrick's Day, but the day of the wedding's literally right after St. Patrick's Day. So
hey, we will make it work.
We're not going to do that,
yeah,
but
we'll find something.
it's probably going to be maybe the week after. And I think that Crash Pixie was possibly interested in being a little gremlin leprechaun.
Oh, yeah.
And
I definitely want to be
yourself, and we'll see. I'm
play.
still only going to stick to 4. I'm not a green player, but I'm still a very green DM. Not in sense of rules, but like trying to stack everything and navigate it as well as Mike does. Sometimes I mid-panic. It doesn't look like I do, but I do mentally.
You do a very good job. You know, I don't want to take that away from you. I think you do a very good job when it came to DMing.
I promise I won't go 8 hours this time.
Please don't. Please don't.
And it's funny because the first time I ever DM'd, I was like, I'm not gonna have enough material. And I did like a bonus like fight, and there was no way in fuck you guys were gonna get through that. But that was if you went a different way about it.
That was an 8-hour camp. That was an 8-hour one shot.
You guys were dedicated though. You guys were like, no, I gotta finish this.
We were cemented at that point. Big recommendation I have for when it comes to one shots: plan 2 fights, one quick one decent one.
But this was different.
An RP moment and then some skill challenges.
I told you, I had the idea of what it was going to be about, but I also told you I was not going to go light on any of you because you were all very experienced players, and I said I was going to give you a bitch of a challenge.
Oh, you
did. And I gave you a bitch of a challenge.
Jesus.
Because I did not stack player level to creature level, and I gave you a mythic creature to fight that was not gonna.
Yeah.
You weren't going to win.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Let's see here. I wanted to keep to the theme here. So when it comes to the aquatic, obviously we talked a little bit about the Leviathan. Not too much into it, but enough. You played a Triton in our first campaign, something that was not streamed.
Our not streamed.
Our home game.
It's kind of funny because I forgot it's Dungeon Cast that does it.
Dungeon Cast. We absolutely love the Dungeon Cast.
So no offense to Dungeon Cast, but they were like they present like the typecasted or the typical persona of like that type of race, like what they're known for, how generally players play them.
They go by the book.
They go by what they are.
Yeah.
And Tritons are known for being kind of like stubborn, kind of full of themselves because they protect the seas and they think everybody should know it. And I didn't make her that way. Like I said she had basic training because it would make sense that they all have some kind of basic training if you live out in the fucking water plane.
Yeah.
But I made her essentially like a war researcher. Like she categorized and was at the events of war and
like a war
battle.
Journalist.
Yeah.
Because those are things. So like war photographers,
and she would go between planes and like record things or monitor things. And she was kind of like what I would say Ariel sometimes if she was real dumb. Not because she was dumb per se, because she actually was like stupid stat-wise or persona-wise, but she just didn't understand or know what that thing was because she never encountered it. Yeah. So I mean, she was pretty like, I would say even-tempered. She wasn't like Vera where she was like quick to anger. She really wasn't. I think she was more concerned all the time.
Which is funny because I know that Vera, yeah, you're right, Vera is very quick to anger.
Not as much now, but I mean, she had to deal with a lot of shit.
True. 100%.
Iris was like, I said she was my least complicated character because nothing tragic happened to her. She did have like a job to do, but she wasn't like from a tragic background. She didn't have anything sad or bad happen to her, but she ended up growing into something that was more than what she was.
Tritons are definitely standard Tritons. How they're written in the book is very egotistical, and not at fault. And I think we've talked about this before. They do a lot. They don't
understand that you don't understand what
they do. It's one of those things where like if you were Superman and you went out into space and you punched a bunch of meteorites into dust and you came back to Earth and you were like,
"You're welcome."
You're welcome. And they're like, "The fuck do you do?" That's like Triton in a nutshell, because they go out into the ocean and see these planar rifts to the water plane, and they keep back krakens and leviathans and water elementals and sea hags and all of these aquatic entities that are definitely going to doom the material plane, and they're like, get the fuck back, and they go back to the surface, and they're like, what do you think? And they're like, who are you?
Yeah. I mean, I made her the opposite because I didn't want her to be that way. I wanted her to be curious, but like kind, not overly kind. Like she was able to stand her own. She was a druid and bit a couple guys' heads off when she needed to.
Yeah.
But like she could stand her ground. That was the point. But like overall, she was very much like, that's wrong. Like, and why aren't you helping them? And like, oh, what's that? Like generally curious, but like good-natured person. She wasn't like, I don't know. She didn't have like any crazy journey or anything until like, obviously Mike gets into his little story making over there and makes half the party cry.
But Tritons are very much these battle-hardened individuals. They do have a society underwater, especially near planar rifts where they do a lot of their services. Very strong in combat. They're trained well. When it comes to Tritons, obviously the expected abilities that you do get is something that you get. You have a swimming speed. You are amphibious. You can breathe underwater. Has to come with the territory. You have to have that. You can do special magic that generally deals with like sea fog and sea foam and water and things that you can cast wall of water. You can do fog cloud. Like if you just you get a sea mist come in. You have dark vision. Obviously, you have to have that when you're down in Mariana's Trench. You have to have that. Another funny thing is that you have you can speak to.
Oh yeah.
To fish.
Aquan.
Yeah. Well, no, it's MC of the Sea is that you can communicate simple ideas with beasts that breathe water.
But you can also speak Aquan.
I believe that's true. No. You can speak, read common and primordial.
Oh, maybe I chose Aquan.
I think you might have for your druid class because your druid gives you something.
Yeah.
They have resistance to cold damage. That makes 100% sense to me.
Breathe underwater.
Because when you're underwater, it is freezing. There's no sun. It's cold. That makes sense. But yeah, if you communicate these simple ideas to fish, they can understand you, but you can't understand them back. And they're under no scrutiny to actually do what you say. But it could be like, hey, buddy, listen, I know you're poisonous, but I want to swim through here. If I swim here and you retract, I won't kick you, and that'll hurt you. So are you fine if I go? And they'll pull back, maybe. It's one of those things.
Or just say fuck you.
I don't know. You're like, I have a Triton that can kill you now. You can maybe be that type of person. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I made her a druid because it made sense to me. Because I was like, well, I mean, gameplay-wise, it makes sense.
I'm so excited for tomorrow. It's been a while. I know I'm going off subject, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been.
We have a new look. We have new overlays. And we've been working. I've been working really hard on it, so hopefully everyone enjoys it. We're making some new friends. Careful Cantrip. I've been watching a few of their streams. I had it in the background a few times. I know their DM loves to do world building in the mornings, and I like to listen to it a little bit, so it's been real fun.
I don't think I'll ever world build. Like, one-shot's my thing. I don't think I could ever do a full campaign, because I think I'd go nuts.
Oh, you think?
I know.
I am already planning for next campaign.
Yeah, I already figured. You've been always one step ahead, but I think because once you found your groove, you were fine.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I very much stair-step things. Like, it took me several months to write my first one-shot, and even then, I didn't think I had enough material. And some of the shit I wrote in there I didn't use, and I ended up ad-libbing half those endings, which now everybody knows.
Shady! Shady says welcome back. Thank you.
So, I mean, but all the endings came out really nice in the end. And I was just thinking of what, like, would make sense for the character and the game.
No, and so you told me afterwards, which is why I think Short Rest is such an important show we need to have, is because you told us afterward that you were like, oh yeah, I pretty much ad-libbed the entire ending for all of you. And I was like, fucking really? That was great. How did you come up with that?
Because I wrote an ending. I wrote an ending if you failed.
Shady.
I wrote an ending if you... I can't see stream, but thank you.
No, he's used Prime to sub.
Oh,
using
thank
that
you.
primer for 7 months. Thank you so much, buddy. Oh, I miss this, man. See, I was telling him, like, I miss streaming. It's been too long. I feel rusty as hell.
You're fine.
I feel bad. Man.
But yeah, I didn't think it did. Like, you guys surprised me and didn't surprise me. The one that surprised me was Titan's character, because I knew already what he was and how his persona was gonna be. And the reason why I had given you, I forgot his name, but like your little helper.
Right, the bagman.
Yeah, was because
Xavier?
Yeah, Xavier.
Xander
or Xavier.
It
was
Xander. X, I know that.
Xander.
Yeah.
And it's because he was a coward. And that was his punishment. And in the book, even so, like, that was his punishment from hiding from his group and going into a bag of holding. So I kept that true. And I was like, well, you know, Rufus is no longer a coward now. So what does he get for his reward?
I think it came out really well. I guess I could go a little, since we're talking about one-shots, I can go a little into detail about our up-and-coming one-shot.
Don't spoil it for Careful Cat.
No, absolutely not. I'm only gonna go over the information that's already been shared online, especially within our Discord that has a summary of what it is. It's called the Church of Jopai. And Jopai is a common... Excuse me. It's late at night. It's a common plant.
I don't think it's a common plant, is it?
Well, I was going to say it's a common plant because I was looking up common plants that you can find in a certain biome.
Oh, okay.
It was something that I found and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of a Jopai.
Me neither, until you were like, what if I call it Jopai? And I was like, fuck is that?
Yeah, I was like, I never heard of that, but it sounds cool.
Isn't it like a healing plant?
No, I don't know. I didn't look into that far into it.
Google's free, kids.
Yeah, but it's set in a certain biome that our players are going to be going through. Essentially, our players are all tieflings. I had this idea for the longest time. I want to say for a year now that I had this. I think I called it simply the tiefling game.
It's part of the sunflower family.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it makes you pee.
Oh, good.
It's used as a diuretic, but also been used for conditions such as urinary tract issues, kidney stones, joint stiffness, and gout and rheumatism.
Okay. All right.
It's a heating
Sure,
plant.
yeah, it makes you pee.
And it also makes you pee.
Mm-hmm.
Well, diuretics make you pee. So
True.
that's what they do.
So we have a full tiefling crew.
They grow up to 4 to 7 feet. Those are big ass plants.
I guess that kind of fits what the theme is, but
Pretty.
They are they are all tieflings. The crew itself, and they are essentially, I'm gonna put this in quotes, Ghostbusters. I very much the idea was like, oh, that was so cool.
Ghost hunters.
They're ghost capturers. They're cleaners, which is the name of the crew, because they'll clean out those undead for you, lickety split. Definitely having a bit of the 80s cheesiness that comes into it, especially when it comes to advertisements. I was looking up a bunch of old 80s, 90s commercials. And they're very much like, is something wrong with your pipes? Try this. This will clean it out lickety slip by the power of lemon. And then you see him like just demonstrate putting like this lemon powder, and it's like, and your mom, and because it was always so sexist back then. It was like, your mom and sister and your grandmother will never have to clean the sink again. It's like, okay. Of course we cleaned it up, but it's very cheesy. Is the main thing I had to get across. But well, I said mother, sister, grandmother, but I didn't say wife, which is funny because you think that's what it would go for.
It's fine. You know better.
I guess I know better. You trained me well. You trained me well. No lie.
Just be like, excuse me, who's cleaning your sink?
Yeah, right. I'm the one who does the dishes, let's be honest.
Yes, you do the dishes.
Yeah.
That's your job.
But it's fun. I wanted to make a crew that was experienced. They are higher level than I've ever had to do one-shots in.
Which will tell you something, because Mike normally doesn't allow us to play that high of a level.
I generally cut it off at 5.
Yeah.
I don't go higher than 5, so this one's going up to level 8. And so I'm excited to see what the players bring. We worked with some of these.
Yeah, I'm not in this one. I just get to watch this.
Oh, I guess we worked with Dave. Dave was fun, especially for the Golden King's Grave.
Dave had half his job done for him.
Yeah, he was biding his time and he was loving it. I'm excited to play with Burnt Toast and the Care for Cantrip crew. That's going to be exciting. I've seen some of their streams already, as well as you can see highlights on TikToks and Instagram. What are my TikToks? What am I?
TikTok.
90?
It's just the app.
It's just
honey.
TikToks.
It's not plural. On the TikTok.
Ah, you playing on your Nintendos? Is that what you're doing? Your PlayStations? No, Grandma. It's a Sega Genesis.
There's people older than us on that app, and they don't call it the TikToks.
I know, it's true. That's funny. That brings a lot of memories back. When I was young, no matter what console I had, it was always the Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
I
thought you were gonna say it had an S at the end of it, because...
I mean, I don't remember that much in detail, but I do remember everything I had. Xbox, Sega, anything. It was always like, oh, you're playing on your Nintendo. And I'm like, it's 360.
Hey man, they just knew it was a box you plugged into the wall you were playing on.
True. You know what?
Or the TV.
It's true.
Yeah, they didn't know. They're on the box again. Different eras, man. Way different.
It's funny because I was like, I think I already did an 80s thing. And I was like, no, I did a 90s thing.
Yeah, you did.
Mallaholics. I have to get back. I have to rewrite. I not rewrite, but write a sequel for Mallaholics.
Oh yeah, we did. We came up with a name for it. Excuse me if I keep yawning. I'm very tired, but I wanted to do the stream, and once I yawn once, forget it. So it's not me trying to be rude. It's just a reflex.
We missed you guys. Very much.
No, Mall Panic? Was it Mall Panic?
Oh,
Yeah.
Mall Panic, yeah. I think it was called Mall Panic for Mallaholics.
All because I had a panic attack in a literal mall.
Oh, that's right.
Because I thought I was in Bizarro Land.
We went to a mall.
I don't go to malls. Like, I mean, maybe what's considered an outdoor mall because it's a line of shops, but I don't go to like a physical mall. I'm very much introverted, and during the Rona times, I ain't gonna go socialize if I don't need to.
You know what is still active is, I feel like a Hot Topic is still the most
well, that's where I was going.
I feel like that's the only reason the mall's open, right?
Well, because, okay, I won't say which mall. Plus, you may not be in the same state as us. You may have no idea what the...
That's fine. No, I mean, just
but, like, the incident
stores.
was, I had to go to Hot Topic because it was the closest one to our work, and it was in a mall. Or my work. We don't work for the same company anymore. And I had to go pick something up, and I wanted to see if they had like a specific D&D shirt, ironically, there for the Hades one-shot, because I couldn't find anything to wear, and I ended up wearing something I had already.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, well, you know, they got dark stuff there. I like their non-edgelord stuff. So I was like, I'm going to go look over there because it's right there.
Yeah.
People were creepy in the parking lot, so much where I was like, literally, there probably should have been security. That aside, I go in there and I shit you not, there's like everything is closed and
half
like
the mall's done.
Half the mall is closed out.
Yeah.
Like there's empty, or like the lights aren't on. There's nobody in there. And there was maybe, this mall is 2 levels. Like generally most malls are.
Yeah, like a indoor mall, not an outdoor.
There's a lot of shops, or at least what used to be a lot of shops. And I know, unfortunately, with the pandemic, a lot of businesses went out. But I'm just like, some of them just weren't opening. And it was like so naked and empty and just like this awkward like environment.
It's a weird feeling where you would go past what looks like to be like a tchotchke store that has a bunch of like plushies.
You weren't even there. It was
No,
like,
I'm saying no. We've been to malls where a lot of the stores have been closed, but it's weird that you go to like a Chotsky store, and you pass by it, and then you walk by 2 other stores that are nothing, and then you go to the next one, and it's like an H&M, and you go 2 more stores down, like, of course the malls usually go
it
far.
wasn't even that good though, because I remember sending you a picture, and it was literally of like 5 blacked out areas next to each other, and then it curved and kept going, and then like eventually you ran into a store with some lights on.
Oh, hey, do you
just...
think do you think old people still go to the malls early in the morning to walk?
I don't think they let them in anymore.
What? That's what they used to do all the time when
yeah, I understood why though, because the mall that we grew up near, or in high school we grew up near, because we didn't live near each other when we were little, but I worked at that mall. That was my first job. And then there's an entrance that everybody used. There was an entrance that the old people and the employees were meant to use, but everybody knew about it.
Oh,
so that's how they
this.
used to get in the damn building and then just start, power walking around the mall.
Used to say that they would go through the employee entrance.
It wasn't like exclusively labeled an employee entrance.
It was
when you got hired, like you got told, oh, like if you have a crack early shift, this is how you get into the mall.
I'm just saying if the entrance itself is hidden, that's an employee entrance,
Wasn't really, like it was one of those, like, I don't know.
Is the main entrance? Is one of the main entrances?
No, but it was like near it. It was like half covered, but there was like 2 doors, and it didn't say like employees only. It didn't say entrance. It didn't say nothing. You were just like, oh, there's 2 doors. Like, go in there.
I'm just saying that sounds like a hidden entrance to me. That sounds like you had to roll pretty decent on your perception check.
But security also didn't check you. Like you could say, oh, I work there, and they'd be like, okay.
Oh, that's great. That's pretty good.
Cause like, I think I had my name tag, but I didn't have like a badge. Like I could have got fired or like left the company. I would have still had my fucking name badge and like never turned it in. One of my specific, I worked there. Like, I guess the only reason they didn't care is because the actual stores were still closed off. So like all you could do was walk in there. So unless you actually did work there, that was the only way you were gonna get let into your little storefront.
I feel that the best part of the mall
I don't like malls anymore.
No, I mean was.
Yeah, it was.
Best part of the mall. Well, I said was. So the best part of I feel like the best part of the mall was the pretzel shops always. I feel like regardless of which mall you went to, you can always count on that you'd find a good pretzel shop.
There's no room for you up here, bud.
You can hear the cat.
You're gonna scratch me. No.
But yeah, I feel like that's always a thing because it came with like the best sugary drinks, which were like these slushy things.
That was your thing. I will give to Hot Dog on the Stick though. They got pretty bomb lemonade.
Oh hell yeah!
It's like sour and sweet. Probably got way too much sugar in there, but it's good. I never liked I don't know how people ate those cheese on the sticks.
Oh.
Those just look gross. Cause I could see people they got them out of the freezer. It looked like a brick, and then they fried it. And I was like, I didn't always eat the best. Like I eat a lot better now, and I improved my diet. Like I wasn't always a horrible eater, but even that, as a teen or early 20s, I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, I still eat okay.
No, you eat better.
Okay, I eat better, but back then...
please.
Huh?
I'm thirsty.
I ate horribly back then. And,
yeah, I fixed it. Don't mind me.
Even then, I didn't think I could stomach a deep fried cheese curd stick. That sounded absolutely disgusting to me. You know what I've been doing to prepare for tomorrow?
Talking to yourself?
Yes. All day yesterday, because I worked from home yesterday and you went to work. And so I was alone, and all day yesterday, I was talking to myself, just put down, like an absolute madman.
You always do that, though.
I'm here walking around because one big character, it's not a secret that you're going to be talking to a lot, or at least enough to, is Amber. Who is this red tiefling with blue hair.
Isn't he literally an ombre color though? Like he's blue and red?
Yeah. And he has a very like
Southern
accent, but he has got like a deep. He's like, how did I do it? See, that's like one of those things where I practice it, but I'll never be able to pull from it. It's like someone who studies a lot for a test, and then when it comes to test day, they can't perform.
You'll be fine.
I think a lot of it, like, Amber's a lot like, "Hello, Vera, how you been?" type of thing. You just gotta find the right cadence.
Really do facial movements.
That's the only way I can do things sometimes.
I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's something I noticed.
By the way, I don't know if this is true for all guys, but
you're asking the wrong gender, but okay.
No, I'm telling the audience. I'm not sure if it's true for all guys, but our voice first thing in the morning, fucking clean, man.
You know, not really. You sound like gravel.
My voice first thing in the morning when we got to work, and I was sitting in the car after I dropped you off and I went to
he
my
went
work.
back to talking to himself.
And I was getting back to talking to myself, and I was like, my voice sounds good right now. I was like, hell yeah, I wish I had a voice like this all the time. I was like, Jesus. God damn, smooth like butter. A little bit of, vibration in that. Which is funny I say that because I know you don't do voices.
I mimic by accident. I think I tried to
Mike was feeling himself that morning. I was like, damn.
I did a semi voice for what do you call it? The Christmas one shot, but that was about it. And even then I
did do one.
I phased in and out of it sometimes. So
I appreciate that. I wasn't the only one doing it.
Oh, I tried.
I
had to use a different tone to do it though.
Yeah. I think I've talked about this to you privately, but I gotta really be honest. Playing a wizard was fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah, you're just squishy, but you also didn't get in the front too much.
No. I mean, it was the first time I actually was not in the front, and I absolutely love being a wizard. Our first DM, Nick, who did our Christmas one-shot, we do a campaign with him on Wednesdays. We've sort of hinted at him, like, if you're gonna do campaign 2, we're still doing campaign 1, but are you still doing campaign 2? And he goes, I might. I go, all right, great. I'm being a wizard. 100%.
Yeah, again, we've had previous conversations about you changing this.
At first, yeah, you're right. No, it was a lot of things. First it was a warlock, and now I'm doing wizard.
It was like 4 different things. It was more than 2.
It's true. I forgot what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an artificer, then a warlock, then a different type of warlock,
and a different type of wizard.
And a different type of wizard, and now I wanted to be a illusionary wizard. And that's because illusionary wizard's fucking amazing. It's all about your creativity. And I can get creative. I can get creative.
Words. He said the words.
I can just say the words. Man, we gotta go to Dragon Con soon. Someday.
Someday, not right now.
Yeah. You're right. Someday though. Because I think that'd be so much fun. I usually play whenever the party I'm playing with is missing. Oh, so like if someone's missing, you usually take up the lost player's spot. That's got to be really hard to do, to play an already established character. I don't think I could do that. That'd be very difficult for me. If there was another DM who was like, we had a one-off character who was just a background NPC, but now I want you to jump in there and play as him, and be like, okay. All right. He says, Shady says, no, I mean that if they had no healer, I'll play healer and so on. Oh, so you'll play the missing component to make a balanced team. I try to do that. I try to... When we were doing your one-shot for Escape from Hades, I knew what I wanted to be, but I was going to shift it depending on what the players were going to do.
I mean, I think you kept what you wanted, though.
I was able to keep what I wanted, because that's why no one wants to play cleric.
I play cleric.
Clerics are awesome. Clerics are absolutely incredible.
Like, oh, you died, bitch. Let me fix that. Hold on 1 second.
I was, and
You're welcome.
Twilight clerics are. By the way, Reyna from Careful Cantrip, she's gonna be a Twilight cleric, and I was like, ooh, good choice. I like those.
I remember I was thinking of choosing that for Vera, but then it ended up not being exactly what I wanted for her.
Yeah,
so.
you mentioned this. Yeah.
Yeah, because originally I didn't have the idea for her. I just thought cleric, and then I looked at Twilight, and I was like, that's really cool. But then I ended up developing her story, and I was like, that's not really what I want.
All right. Well, guys, I think that's what we're gonna call it a day for tonight. Let's see. Shady says, when I play these days, there is usually 1 or 2 veterans and a few new players that are always different people, so I play what they don't choose. Hey, that means you're versatile. You know, that's great that you can switch up your gameplay depending on what the party needs. Like if the party was needing a healer and a rogue, I'd play
You did that with Nomad though, because it was just the 3 of us, and then like generally if you had an NPC through certain parts that you thought we needed help, you were like the opposite from us most of the time.
I try my best that whenever you have an NPC companion, that they are bringing different skills than you guys already bring.
No.
It doesn't make sense to me to have 2 barbarians, 2 rogues, 2
I mean,
clerics.
maybe 2 different types.
Oh, absolutely agree.
Yeah.
But I still feel that you cover a certain section of gameplay. Not to say that you can't branch out and do other things, but I want to give you guys like, okay, you can tell this person to do this and they'll do it because they have that ability. If I ever had to play a healer and a rogue, I would definitely play an artificer because they can heal, they have proficiency with tools. You can take thieves' tools. You know, I have a lot of thoughts. If I wanted to cover a few things, I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, if I wanted to play someone who buffs and attacks, paladin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I have a lot of fun playing Paladin.
Paladins are great. Absolutely fun.
You get yelled at a lot to get up in the front, though. That's what I noticed. Like, I've played Paladin a few times now, and every time it's like, you're in the front. I mean, I full-heartedly knowing at a certain level, like, I'm gonna be in the front. Like, I know that, but, like, when your other players or your other, you know, your co-players are telling you, like, no, we need you in the front, like, in character and out of character, it's like, no, she's gonna go in the front because she's the, you know.
Yeah. Well, they're scared. They're like, are you going to the front? Because we're not going to be able to.
We need somebody up there. I'm like, you know, eventually I would go down. You keep hitting that wall, it's eventually gonna break. Like.
All right. Well, we're going to end the stream here. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We'll be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Shady's saying, hey guys, or bye guys. Bye, Shady. And Rhino, if you're still here, thank you for joining us. I cannot wait to hang out with the Careful Cantrip crew.
Thank you for the subs, guys.
Yes,
much appreciated.
Thank you. We'll be live from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., cutting it off a 30-minute thing. You know, bunch of Vera faces jumping in at us right now. I love it. All right, guys. Check you then.
Bye.